the information superhighway, an online network called Internet.
Hi, Wanda. Wanda's the third member of the... She's not the third, but she's the third member, to clarify.
I don't even understand the lore of our own thing. Are we recording?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fantastic. A little heads up would be appreciated.
It's the 33rd episode. You have never gotten a heads up.
Yeah.
And you're never going to get a heads up.
Okay. So do we want to just jump into the advice thing, or just do more conversations first and then move on to the advice thing?
I feel like with this era of becoming
technology,
with this era of becoming a more structured version of the online podcast, I think either myself or you should intro and have an actual intro this from now on whenever we hit it. So I did it last time. I'll do it now.
Okay.
So, hey, everybody. Welcome to the online podcast. It's the first and only digital audio cast on the internet.
It's a fact. Look it up.
My name's Superman.
Oh, wow.
That was my worst one.
That's pretty bad.
Let me take it again.
All right. I'll give you...
Hello and welcome to the online podcast. It's the first ever digital and only ever digital audio blaster.
Mm-hmm. There might be others.
My name is Bramblebrax B-Block.
My name is Pilafrem, the Scourge.
the Scourge. Oh, man.
I played a little bit of D&D last night. Are we about to get run over by a train?
What's
happening? I don't know if that picked up in the audio at all, but it sounded like there was a train headed straight for your door.
It sounded like this to me. It sounded like the start of a Caro Caro Bonito song.
Oh, I don't know.
Which they're a band.
Okay.
I was playing some of their music in the car earlier, but that's exactly what it sounded like. I don't know where the fuck was that outside?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it came from my office. And I
heard it from area.
All right,
but there's nothing over in that area. No.
You have more spatial awareness than I do because I have sound canceling headphones on. And
that's true.
Earbuds in.
That's true.
So I just heard it through the mics. But yeah, this is a conversational podcast where we also take questions or pleas for advice from our audience.
Starting today.
Yeah, starting today.
We've done 32 other episodes.
Ish. So this is episode 33. We don't know what it's going to be called. This podcast has gone through many phases.
It's gone through a transition,
yeah. It started as kind of just conversation, and the linchpin was that we would choose a random name from a random name generator every time. Generator every time.
Frederator.
And I think then, that was kind of the whole thing for the first 30 or 30 so odd episodes. Every time we would change the way that we name the episodes.
Yeah, that wasn't as exciting.
No.
Or structured in any capacity.
No.
This is bringing a whole new era. I don't think anyone's ever done an advice podcast.
Nope,
ever.
They don't exist.
This is the first one, period. Breaking new ground here.
Yeah. So I feel like now that I've kind of had a little more time to stew on how we would advertise this to people, I think, and this might come across as douchey, but who we are as people does kind of bring some intrigue to the table.
Yeah.
We're both people who have basically not ever had a job outside of new media.
That's not true for me.
Well, has your full non-dispensable income been anything other than YouTube?
What do you mean non-dispensable income?
You're living on your money.
No, well, I've
also had jobs outside of YouTube.
No, but it was also just because I wasn't living on my own.
Right.
Because I was not because I couldn't afford to live on my own, but just because I was too young.
How about this? Our career has always been new media in some capacity.
Sure, I guess. I don't want to downplay because I worked at Pizza Hut for
that. Okay, sure.
And I also worked for the government designing a video game thing.
What?
We've talked about this.
What?
We had to have talked about this.
You work for the government?
This was my very first job.
What?
I
thought your first job was like coloring old photos or something.
No, that was my job in college. This was in high school.
Oh.
My very first job was working for SPAWAR. What's it? Space and Naval.
SPAWAR.
The Space and Naval
sounds rad
thing. I can't look. I was there for not long, so I didn't learn. I really, really hated it because it was the thing. It was a job about like creativity.
Yeah.
Because we were essentially creating a quote unquote video game. It was more so like battle simulations.
Okay.
That like we would model specific cities and like try to come up with situations for how it might play out in real world situations if there was a battle there.
Fight.
I never really got that far into it. In fact, while I joined, it was still really early on with the whole team, so everyone was still kind of learning how to use like what's that 3D software?
3ds Max?
Yes, everyone was still learning 3ds Max at the time because previously we were using some other like Google Sketch or something like that.
I was just naming another 3D
Yeah,
software.
no, it wasn't mine.
Quick interruption.
Yeah.
Can you hear it when I swallow?
I don't know. Go for it. Yes.
Okay, let me get further from the mic then when I do that.
This is the last episode we recorded. You were like, I'm so professional because I'm closer to the microphone than you are, Scott. And then now we have this problem.
Well, all right. So a little bit of a technical aside here.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode and literally all the episodes that we've been using this Tascam box of glory to record the podcasts with, apparently I was doing the gain setting on low, which I didn't even know that there was like a software gain setting.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott was like, put it on medium. So we're on medium now.
Simply because the level control.
Yeah, the physical levels.
They were maxed out on both, and since we both talk at different volumes, it would be beneficial to have some leeway with those.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're maxed out now, but I'm like half.
Yeah.
So, which is strange.
Which is strange because previously I would have shouted.
I think there might be like a weird mic discrepancy.
Yeah.
Possibly. Like if we switched mics, I would have to alter it. Because I feel like we're the same distance from our mics right now.
That's true.
But maybe I just have a bassier voice.
Yeah, maybe you just project more than I do.
Potentially.
I don't know.
I was in theater for a semester.
In
the 1 year I took of high school.
I will say I never officially took theater. I was in a lot of... Thank you for moving way far away from the microphone to drink your water. I never officially took theater, but I was in a lot of productions when I was a very young kid. In college, it kind of hit me the differences between like theater or just acting in general, because I was a film major in college. And Bryce, my good buddy Bryce,
your boy,
he was in theater a lot in high school, and I brought him on. I recruited him on to do voice acting for a very specific thing for NerdSync. That's you've seen it, the machinima thing that we did.
Oh yeah.
Right. And he had like one or two lines, but it was the lines that we had to record the most out of anyone, because Bryce was so used to being in theater and always having to project a line, whereas in voice acting you can just say a thing. You can just, because the microphone's there. Just say it how you want to say it. You don't have to be like, "Sir, we didn't get him," or whatever. It's just like, no. You just say it how you'd say it, man. So that was as someone who was like a faux director of that whole project, I was really frustrated. I'm like, just say the line, Bryce. I don't know what to tell you. Just don't project.
Another technical thing. I remembered that we had plosive problems.
Oh yeah, you're right. We do it with
plosive problems. Angle this boy a little bit.
That was another reason why I had my microphone far away, I feel. Not that it super helped.
Microphone pro tip. Talking to the side of it. Don't get a pop filter. It's not super necessary.
I would say it's way better than talking to the side of it, because talking to the side of it can alter the frequencies that get picked up.
It can with certain mics.
Like you sound way less bassy now.
Well,
that you
I was
did
also
that.
further away.
You still sound less bassy now.
All right, fine. I'll get on up in it.
Boom, that sounds way better.
Well, that's because I'm fucking deep throating the mic now.
Yeah, man.
You know, my blue like foam filter on this
Uh-huh.
is like faded into a yellow color.
I've noticed that. I didn't know. I thought it was just like a reflection of a light around
No,
here.
I am 90% sure it's because of like spit.
Yeah,
Because
just
like you're so
spit,
close to the mic.
Your spit is just like dissolving the blue.
Yeah, I don't
pigments
because why
inside of
yours
it.
isn't like that.
No, correct. Yeah.
Yours is fine. Mine's got like a weird. I'm going cross-eyed looking at it, but it's just weird.
I don't know.
Here's a quick thing. These mics, you can't talk into them like this, right?
No, not really.
No, I just angled it down for those wondering, because I would really like to get the aesthetic of and I know it's not really possible with these types of mics, but of like radio where the mic is like this. You just that'd be cool.
You like a side address microphone?
Yeah.
Or like a Blue Yeti.
No.
Let's just get a couple Blue Yetis.
Fuck your Blue Yeti. Eat my Blue Yeti.
That was
dick.
during the Nerd Sync podcast when that was a thing. I gave Chris, one of my co-hosts, for those of you who don't know, thank you for swallowing directly into the microphone.
So what a little bit.
I gave him my
Foley there.
I gave him my old Blue Yeti, and it was working flawlessly for me. And as soon as I gave it to him, it just everything about it broke and
Sounds like a Blue Yeti,
doesn't it? But like it doesn't sound. To me, that's not a Blue Yeti problem. That's anybody I give any piece of technology to has problems with it. It not even like it doesn't have to be a physical piece of technology. Like
it's like a software.
Yeah, like like when Bryce, going back to my friend Bryce, when he gets on any sort of like editing software that I use frequently, he'll be like, well, how come this is happening? And I'm like, I've never heard of that in my entire life. He'll be like in Premiere or in Audition, and I'll be like, yeah, how come everything is highlighted in blue and flashing yellow? And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? I'm just going to restart my computer.
Good call.
Yeah.
Did we ever actually introduce ourselves?
I'm Scott.
I'm Dylan. Hi guys. Welcome to episode 33.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get real.
Do you want to get into the advice now? We've done a little chatter at the top of it.
Yeah, we could do that.
I do like the chatter at the top. I feel like it's a good way to kind of
just kind of smooth into it.
Yeah, I don't want to be like, and here's the advice for today. But let's just jump into it. We asked on Twitter at TheOnPod or at TheoNPod. Yeah.
Should we have like a transition bumper that we do like ourselves?
Like not actually edited in, but just something like where we go.
It's like a and now Theo with the advice.
And now we're gonna take it to our correspondent Theo. He's got some advice coming in from Twitter. Theo, what do you got? Theo, that is not really helpful for us. We're gonna swallow into the mic really quickly.
No,
you already did it. Dang it.
Hold on.
I was setting it up. Theo, can you get a swallow going on? God, I hate that so much.
I don't even know if it's being picked up because we can hear stuff more than the frequencies are being picked up.
That's true. All right, should we take it to Theo on Twitter?
Yeah. So follow us, send us tweets at TheoNPod. This is being recorded. Just a little peel back the curtain a little bit. This is being recorded right after 32, the last episode.
Yeah, same day.
Yeah. So we are not going to be picking from the YouTube comments for this episode
quite yet.
Yeah, we can go. We'll go back. So
yeah, definitely.
To look at that stuff, but it's just
to make it
exporting right now. So.
And just for fun, and also to make it easier to filter out if you do comment on YouTube or even on Twitter. Hashtag Ask Theo.
Ask Theo. Please.
And
or just include Theo somewhere.
Sure. Hashtags are easier to search for, I feel.
But if you're like hashtags.
What are those?
What the hell?
What are those?
Okay.
I know that meme, but I don't know what hashtags are.
Oh boy.
All
right.
Yeah, so it's at TheOnPod at Twitter. At Twitter.
At Twitter.
Okay. Should I just go in chronologically or just pick some out that are?
You're the ambassador of the advice.
All right.
Use your discretion.
Okay.
Use your discretion.
Let's go. Let me go straight into this one. Actually caught my eye because of how short it was. This is from Tio Weihao or at Weihao 5078.
What's up, my man?
Who asks, advice on emoji? Actually, there's no question mark there, so it could be a demand.
Advice on emoji?
Yes.
Okay.
You got some advice? How big of an emoji user are you on
All
a
right.
daily basis?
What's his name?
His name is Tio.
Tio.
Like Theo.
Tio asking Theo. All right.
Tio on Theo.
Okay, Tio. Let me break it down for you.
Please break it.
Stop.
You don't like emoji?
No, okay. Emoji are fine.
I just saw the Emoji movie the other day.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, no.
I saw it with Nathan, our good
boy.
buddy Nathan.
Big mistake.
It was because I tweeted this out and people were somewhat upset with me, but I in the same day we watched the Emoji movie and the Lorax, and I said I watched the I watched two animated movies. The Emoji movie was the better of the two. The other one was the Lorax, and some people were very very peeved by that. But the Lorax is terrible.
Yep. I didn't mute my phone. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't hear it go off.
Oh well, I did. It came through. It got picked up.
Oh.
I don't know why you can't hear it, but
yeah, for some reason I can't hear the phone at all.
Yeah, we'll fix that in the future.
But yeah, so you don't use emojis or
no? Okay, so the thing about emojis are just don't use them so much.
What's the limit on that though? Like,
There's not like a limit. It's the same thing as like, okay, so it's kind of accepted in the side of internet culture that I frequent that certain either what are they? The word anagram is coming to mind, but I know that's not the correct word.
What describe what it is that you're trying to say?
Like XD and
like an emoticon?
Yeah, or just stuff like certain things like XD or haha, just kind of a haha.
Sure, I do a little haha.
Some of those are going the way of the dodo.
Oh yeah?
Which haha is kind of hanging in there. But haha can still be. You got to be careful with a haha.
Yeah.
You got to be careful who you haha around.
I feel like that's just context in general.
But sure, but like if you use and there's no real logical reason. The most logical reason that you can say for XD specifically, for those that don't know what that is, it's just the letter X.
It's the channel Disney XD.
D. Okay.
It sometimes plays cartoons of like Avengers Assemble.
It's the 2006 video game Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. I don't know if that came out in 2006. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, so it's the stuff like that kind of people over time start associating with a certain type of person, and if you don't like that person, then the actual thing goes away. Which, to bring it back into emoji, for example, the crying
similar thing?
The crying laugh emoji, which is kind of the modern XD.
Sure, it is.
People don't really like that too much, because it's overused and is mostly associated with for lack of a better word, normies.
Yeah.
God, I hate that word, disclaimer. But I guess regular people, but that sounds insulting.
I don't know. That's interesting to me because obviously you're younger than I am. I feel like I was very late to the emoji game.
Yeah.
And then it was as I started using it, I was like, actually, this is kind of, I see the value in using emojis. I think it's kind of nice.
I think they help,
but and they're also fun. You know, there's a fun way of communicating. But like, so talking about like certain things being, going away, like certain emojis kind of being tired or whatever. That I don't know. To me, I'm just like, I don't know. Just use it in a better way then.
Well, sure, you can use it in a better, but you can't get like another example, the eggplant emoji. Mm-hmm. If you use the eggplant emoji these days, it doesn't mean eggplant.
Right.
It means penis.
Of course.
And you're not gonna get around that. Mm-hmm. In any like the emoji have taken on certain meanings that their creator may not have intended.
Yeah. Well, it's Yeah, that's the same for like all of language, though. I feel, you know. But like
that's just what I was saying with like certain words.
Yeah. So like an emoji combo I get a lot from my good friend Nolly is the knife plus the cucumber that's being cut into slices.
Quality.
So just kind of piece that together in your brain.
I think the most use I get out of emoji is, well, I don't think I never use emoji for humor. Sorry, I always use emoji for jokes.
I only use it when I'm delivering very serious, earnest news.
I sign my like death certificates with emoji.
I've changed my signature to just be the emoji the emoji of a mailbox. Because no one else is using that one.
My business card is just one big emoji. No, I don't use emoji for anything serious or actually. Most of the time it's ironic or satirical for my use. So, like, if I've done this multiple times where if I don't know where a conversation is going, I'll just send 2 of a specific emoji. Yeah. And then just kind of see what happens.
Do you look... I tend to purposefully look for emoji that I've never used before. Yeah. Or, like, I don't even know what they represent. Yeah. Just because it's one of those things where I want to give them a little bit of use. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go out there...
feel left out.
Yeah, I don't want to feel left out. I don't... They're in there. Oh. They're in the box. I've seen the Emoji Movie. I know how sad it gets when you don't use certain ones.
I know how it goes down. I will say, there are some emoji that I use... constantly, but again, it's for jokes. So one that is very good, actually I don't use this one for jokes that much. It always kind of implies a funny time, but one that I use a lot, and I think everybody should use a lot because I think it's quite funny when used correctly, is the double eyes emoji.
Double eyes?
Yeah, with the 2 eyes.
A lot of them have 2 eyes.
No, it's just eyes.
Oh, just the eyes.
Yeah, it's just the eyes.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
That one is... There it is.
I see it.
That one's choice. That one's like Kevin, our friend Kevin, will send me that just randomly to see if I want to hang out. Yeah. And it's my favorite thing in the world. Okay. Like, he's been over here playing Bloodborne a lot lately because he doesn't have a PS4. And there was one day where he was like, hey, can I come play Bloodborne today? And then I was like, yeah, maybe. And then hours pass, and he just sends me that emoji. And I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you mean. But that one's fun for good. Like, if you want to imply that there's something more to a question or something, you could send 1 or 2 of those. Sure. To like be like, hey, what's your favorite color? That's like boring on its own, but if you add the eyes emoji, then it just spices
raises the intrigue a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, ooh.
I see, yeah.
Another one that I get a lot of use out of on Discord, because it's too much effort to do in text, is the B, just like the not like a B, the letter B. Yeah. That's surrounded in red. Sure. And you just replace the B and another letter with that. So like, for example, if I wanted to say something like the big gigolo. great imaginary sentence you pulled out of nowhere. The B and big would be replaced with the B emoji, and that just, there's no logical way why that's funnier, but it is to me.
I guess. I don't know. I mostly use emoji to augment what I'm saying, because it's one of those things where like and like iMessage tries to do this, but I feel like everyone mostly forgets that you can send messages with like shouting or like, you know, doing that sort of thing. Like, like I haven't used that in ages.
No. I think the last time I used that was when we were on the beta and we were trying that together.
Oh yeah, I've done it. I do it occasionally to like for jokes, to like shout something out at somebody.
You've done it to me in the past, I believe. Yeah. I send well, no, that's just automatically. If you send happy birthday to someone, it'll do balloons.
That's true. But yeah, so it's in the same vein. I use emoji to kind of further inform the emotion and tone of what I'm saying or asking. You know what I mean? Like, if it's more like like if it's a question, I could just send it as a question. But if I also add the little like emoji rubbing his chin sort of a thing, then it's like I'm suspecting.
Yes, that's another one that I use a lot.
Yeah, I like
That's
that one a lot. And that's more of like if you add that to like a question, then it's less of a question and more of like a I don't know about this.
That's one I use on its own a lot as well.
Yeah,
where
for
like
sure.
if someone says something and I don't really have a response, but I'm like, why did you say that? I'll just send 2 of those.
Yeah, perfect.
I do emoji in 2s a lot.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
I also do like the wincing face a lot for like I
Which
feel like
one's that?
it's just it's this one.
Let me see.
Did I do the right one?
Throw it up on
Sorry,
screen.
it's real small. Yeah, throw it up on screen.
Oh yeah.
I do that one a lot because I feel like that's how I feel a lot.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like if it's something awkward or uncomfortable or like I want to show judgment, but I'm also uncomfortable with the fact that I'm showing judgment on something.
I get that.
So it's like, obviously you and I do YouTube things a lot. So if somebody like leaves not a negative comment, because negative comments I usually either like ignore or I'll just be like, well, hey, thanks for watching the video anyway. I tend to not like super engage with like, didn't you watch the video or whatever. But like, yeah, if somebody like sends criticism, but it's a way for me to almost be sassy about it and be like,
Yeah.
but without trying to be obnoxiously so. Yeah. It's more just like, I kind of did talk about it,
Yeah.
like it's that kind of, and
I get you.
and that's exactly how my inner self feels a lot. Where I'm just like,
But I did,
I did the thing, but yeah, I don't know. It's very applicable to a lot of my life scenarios.
Sure.
I feel so. That's probably one of my most used.
That example personally is bordering a little too serious for me.
Yeah.
There's not enough joke in there.
But yeah, but I guess I don't use them exclusively as jokes. I use them to augment my own speech and kind
That's
of.
what this is the difference in how people use emoji.
Yeah.
I hope we're helping Tio
Yeah.
in some way.
Yeah. I mean, it's just emoji advice. You get a couple different angles here.
Advice on emoji, please. I wanted to say another way that I use the B emoji is to change the beginning of words to B. So
because you do that in your normal speech pattern as well.
Yeah.
If anyone's listened to the podcast for long enough, I'm sure you've noticed.
So bleeze is quite it's a frequent one. So like, bleeze, let me buy you a sandwich,
a blandwich.
I do that a lot when I'm tired. But
because like as a side tangent, I feel like B is like is the harshest consonant you can say when you're tired, because like you could easily slur things like M's or like L's, because those aren't like hard consonants. But like when you're tired, B is like the easiest one. You could do like a D, but I feel like that takes extra effort. Whereas B is like, because B just takes your lips, which are just flapping around anyway because you're so tired.
Flapping around anyway.
Any other like hard consonant sounds takes additional work, I feel, but B is like, I'm tired.
You want to hear something really funny?
Yeah.
Too bad.
Okay.
Gotcha. You were expecting something funny, but
this podcast is so entertaining.
We got another?
Yeah, let's go for another one. That was more of a fun one. We have not as lighthearted ones.
Oh, good.
Do you want to dive into those or nah? You know what? Actually, it's Valentine's Day. We had one. This actually
it's not Valentine's Day anymore.
It's not anymore. For us.
Stop dating the podcast, Scott.
I'm sorry, but it's Valentine's Day. I need to date something.
Nice.
Thank you.
Let's immediately get real sad.
No. This is not the sad one.
Oh, okay.
This also comes from a different TO. That's the theme.
No,
apparently.
I call him Ted.
You call him Ted?
Yeah. I made that decision long ago.
All right. This comes from Ted. At Fluidic Comics.
Oh, he changed it again? Oh yeah, he made a new Twitter.
Yeah,
so this guy's a regular. I don't really know his story. I don't think anyone knows his story.
I think that's the way it should be.
He began as not Scott, or was it not Scott?
It was multiple knots. And
Yeah,
then
there were a
Scott.
lot of knots and then a Scott. Anyway, he started as a parody account, and now he's kind of transcended like Mopey to become
they became their own thing
something more
in the community.
And now he's
in
currently
multiple communities.
He's currently yes Theodore, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I call him
but
Ted.
at Fluidic Beats if you want.
Or Fluidic Comics.
Or Fluidic Beats is
I wonder if Rob told him to piss off.
Really?
It maybe, I don't know.
That's one of those things where, because like other people have things like NerdSync Sidekick, or even NerdSync Gaming.
Yeah,
they just have those things, and I don't care. Like,
that's fair.
You know,
you probably should to protect your brand,
right? But that's why I'm waiting to get verified.
Yeah, that's true.
See, like that's what verification should be about. A lot of people think
it's a status symbol.
Yeah, a lot of people just see it as a status symbol. I see it as I have a lot of people who are, taking over the brand.
For those let me clarify the Rob thing. If you don't know what we're talking about, Rob, Comics Explained, his YouTube URL is Fluidic Beats. I don't know why. I guess he used to make music on that channel or something. Or not. Maybe it is fluidic is a nice word. But this not Scott man, Ted boy, he at one point changed his Twitter URL to Fluidic Beats as a funny.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's good.
And now it is Fluidic Comics. So
that's funny. Okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Like similarly, someone took my old my old handle, which was the Ace Convicts. But again, don't care. But also that's not tied to anything that
right. That's
that
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like I could see you not caring about that one because it's unimportant now.
Yeah. I mean, it's still tied to my old videos. If anyone wants to watch a lot of those.
Ace Convict.
But yeah, it's a very small side tangent.
Mm-hmm.
You write a lot for videos, or
correct?
Have you discovered like new words that you just find really inject a lot of flavor and style into certain writing?
I don't think consciously. There are some times where I'm on a roll and I'm like, ooh, this sentence just sounds really good.
Yeah.
But it's more just like the collection of words as opposed to a specific word.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. For me, there are just really, really awesome sounding words.
Mm-hmm.
I think stratosphere is so cool. I've been using it a lot to be like, and then the character's popularity was rocketed into the stratosphere. And it's like, God, that's such a cool sentence. Another word recently that I started using was the word robust, and I just like it's very. If you've seen the show Veep, there's kind of a funny joke, but it wasn't because of that show. Veep, it's a great show.
Beep,
not Beep.
I know. What is Veep?
It's a show about so it started as being a show about being the vice president, the VP or the Veep.
Oh, the Veep.
Yeah.
That's less funny than I thought.
I mean, it is a comedy, and it's very funny to me.
Is it about Mike Pence?
No, this was before. This was like, it's been going on for like 5 or 6 years.
Is it about Joe Biden?
No, it's not about any real life person.
It's
about a fictional VP.
I don't know any more VPs.
You don't know any more VPs?
No, they're not important.
Okay. You don't know Spiro Agnew?
What? The fuck? What?
Anyway.
Spiro Agnew.
Yes.
We want to get to that question?
Yes, sorry. Robust is a good word.
It is a good word.
All right, here we go. This is from Fluidic Comics, who asks, people think me and a female friend of mine are a couple, but there is another girl I do like. What should I do?
Wait, what? What the fuck? Hold on.
Yes.
So first of all, this is wild to me.
Is it?
Yeah.
This seems pretty tame.
No, that they think that he and some other girl are a couple.
Yes.
I've never encountered that. Why would that stop you from going, okay, do you think you're in a couple?
Yeah.
With
that's
this girl?
That's why I thought it was tame, but you're having a completely different reaction than I am.
So he thinks, well, wait, so I'm confused.
So the way that I'm interpreting this is, you know how occasionally people will comment about like you and Celeste dating?
Sure.
It's that kind of relationship where people just think that you're dating.
Yeah, but
you're
that
not.
doesn't stop me from trying to date other people.
This is precisely why I didn't think it was a big question, but your reaction is just
Okay, I get now that you've given me perspective, it makes a little bit more sense. Just the way that he worded it, I was like, the fuck? What?
So there's another girl that he does like. What should he do?
Ask her out,
Yeah?
you bitch. Little pussy bitch. No.
I mean, so, all right, let's assume the stakes are higher, right? And that the people think that him and a female friend are a couple, and like that's like some sort of scam that they're putting on.
They're fucking grifting
for
him?
some reason. I don't know.
They're trying to get like Valentine's Day specials.
Yeah, that's what it is. They're trying to like go to IHOP and get like some free pancakes or something.
No.
Yeah. So what do you do? Because you can't pursue that other. Because what if the other girl thinks that he's dating this other girl? What if that's really the real scenario? Is that he wants to ask this girl out, but he thinks that the girl will be like, wait, but aren't you dating this other person? And then
so maybe
like
she
yeah.
Well, at that point you just say no, we're just friends.
Yeah.
And then if the girl is a logical human being, she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I think we should approach this from a couple different scenarios.
Yeah. We don't have all the information.
No,
we gotta.
We don't have enough to go.
We gotta strike it from every.
Thing.
Yeah.
So scenario one. It's the Celeste and I relationship where we're just platonic friends, but some people are like, "That's a girl, you're a guy. You're
You're not allowed to be friends.
No friendship." We can approach it from that angle, which I feel like that's a very simple. Just ask the other girl out and clarify to the people who think you're in a relationship.
And I also understand, I don't know how wide the audience reach of this podcast is in terms of the world, but I also understand that like that's a fairly American understanding to be like your guys and girls are not supposed to be or not, it's not normal for them to be just friends.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's from Norway, I think, or something.
Somewhere.
So
who knows?
Maybe Norway is all weird. If you're not from Norway, I'm sorry. Anyway, and then scenario, I don't want to say B because there might be a C. Well,
Did you see that? Yeah. I don't want to limit it to 26 specifically.
There's 27 scenarios we're about to get into. Scenario 27.
I just want to make sure that we're future-proofed for all the scenarios we come up with.
So scenario 28 would be if she's an alien, then we have to go into a different...
we have to jump. Yeah, there are multiple different alternate reality versions that we could tackle.
Right. But no, scenario B would be... if the girl who people think you're in a relationship with also thinks that you two are in a relationship...
Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
That's a fucking problem. We'll come back to
that. That's a problem in and of itself.
Yeah, actually,
regardless.
let's just address that
regardless if you like somebody else, that's just a problem.
So, and there's like some sub scenarios we could get into with this one.
B-A.
Yeah, so like B-A would be, are you instigating this relationship? Or B-B would be like, are you delusional and you actually are in a relationship but you don't know it? But no, in this scenario, I would sit the girl down and be like, hey, we're not in a relationship. Or be like, do you have feelings for me or something? In scenario B, there's a bridge that's gonna be burned. Yeah. I'm just gonna lay that on the table. Very likely. Unless this girl is real chill and is just super cool about it.
That's true.
Which could very well be the case.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, because like approaching it from my perspective of understanding how I am, right?
Sure.
So like, I don't know. Like, I feel like if something were to happen where I thought I was in a relationship with somebody, but I wasn't, which God, how awkward would that be? But like, if it was revealed that I wasn't, I'd be like, oh. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. But like obviously some people will be like, what?
This also sounds like and I don't want to assume Ted's age.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure I know how old he is.
Yeah.
And this does sound like a very teenager thing to happen.
100%.
Because it's very clear when two adults are in a relationship. Either they're fighting a lot or they're being very loving towards each other.
And I do want to clarify a bit in my imaginary scenario where it did happen to me. I was also a teen in my head when I was saying I'm not a 26-year-old man.
Right.
You know?
And also to clarify, the people who think that my friend Celeste and I are in a relationship is my mother.
Yeah.
So nobody else really. It's sometimes when people first meet us and we're talking, they might be like, "Hey, are you two a thing?" And I'll say no, and it ends there. My mom is convinced that that we are in a relationship, even though I've told her many times we're just platonic. She's like, "But it could happen." I'm like, "No, stop it."
Platonic in a sexy way.
Ooh. Friends with benefit.
I don't know why like my go-to for for a slightly older female is like platonic but in a sexy way.
I love your mom.
I'm your mother, Dylan.
I wish my mom sounded like that. That would make my life so much more interesting.
It's very much like if I played Edna in Hairspray, that's the voice that I would want to do.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah.
You're timeless to me.
So, okay. So, scenario C. Nobody likes Ted.
Yeah. Oh,
this is the real one.
I'm really sorry. No!
I'm sorry. No, scenario C doesn't really go anywhere. No, but yeah, I would say real advice here, Ted. Just if scenario B is a thing and you think the girl that people think you're in a relationship with is into you, then like real talk with her. Mm-hmm. If not, if this is just like a funny haha Curb Your Enthusiasm style, everyone thinks you're in a relationship, then fuck it. It doesn't matter. Just ask the other girl out.
Yeah.
Or just pursue her, or like get up real close to her and rub against her and then whip your dick out. And no,
don't do that. Don't do that. I forgot we turned into an advice podcast. I can't say that.
But only whip her dick out.
Yeah, you know what? Yes.
Pussy up, boys. Whip her dick out.
I just imagine like the most innocent of like middle school like, you know, flirting is just like slightly touching shoulders, you know?
What do you mean middle school?
Oh, Dylan.
That's my game.
There's more than just shoulders out there.
There's more than just shoulders.
There's also elbows.
I think what's like
forearms.
What's the most sexual thing you could do with a shoulder?
With a shoulder?
Is
probably
it
like massage it. Heck yeah! You kidding me?
No, I mean like just the shoulder.
Oh,
not like an activity involving a shoulder.
Okay, not like okay, no. With my own shoulder.
Yeah, I'm thinking like at least girls have it a lot easier, I think, with their shoulders, because you could do like a Jessica Rabbit dress type situation.
Yeah, kind of like a shimmy sort of a thing.
Look at my shoulder.
Yeah.
If this was 1930, you would have already came.
Sure,
but I don't think. Well, I guess for the ideal, today's society's ideal Adonis-like man, just kind of having shoulders,
just having real broad shoulders. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe shoulders are like the secret sauce. God, yeah. Like everybody's like, oh, you got a big butt, or
gotta get like
huge boobs,
gotta
or like
get a shoulder plastic,
big schlong.
Yeah,
but that's all superficial. What the real key?
It's the shoulders.
The shoulders. I like me a girl with a nice wobbly pair of shoulders.
Wobbly shoulders.
Just kind of wobbles around a lot.
I like a girl whose shoulders have independent physics.
I like a girl who can ragdoll her shoulders around in such a way that shakes me to my very core.
Oh, well, I hope that was helpful in any capacity.
When in doubt, shoulder out.
Shoulder out, everybody. How we doing on time?
44.
Okay, we got time for another one.
Yeah, let's peep up another.
Let me refresh because we might have gotten other ones.
Sure.
Is there going to be editing, or do we have to like fill the?
No dead air.
Because I wanted to read some of these before
you can read them. I'll tell them a story. I'll tell them a story.
Right, yeah.
So I haven't left the house in like a week and a half outside of today.
I found a good one.
Well, let me finish my.
No, that's good.
So I've just I've been ordering a lot of food and have to deal with the garbage process of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's my story.
I hear you. I do. You've been to my apartment. I usually have boxes thrown about everywhere of like Amazon
I had
packages.
that before you came over, but I cleaned up.
There you go. I'm going to clean up tomorrow.
That wasn't a slight towards you.
I clean up when I have guests over.
Up. You also weren't fully expecting me to be there, so.
That's true. This comes from Ben Stone.
Can we do like the Ray William Johnson?
You're gonna have to refresh my memory on that.
So, all right, I'll give it to you. You might remember halfway through. All right, now the comment question of the day. This one's a great one. It comes from a user named Bing, and then the username would pop up, but you're gonna say it this time.
Oh, okay, sure.
That was a failed bit.
Sorry, I don't remember Ray William Johnson that much.
He would do a thing at the end where it was the comment question of the day, and he would do this thing where he would say the comment question of the day comes from a user named Bing, and then there was a Bing sound, and then he would point to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck Ray William Johnson.
What do you think he's doing these days, other than doing your mom, doing your mom?
I feel like he's absolutely homeless.
I hope he's homeless and bald. All right.
No, I don't hope he is. That's what I feel.
Yeah. I have no beef with Ray William Johnson.
Sure. So who's this boy?
Ben Stone. You know Ben.
Oh, okay.
Nerd Sync fan, but he's not called that anymore. At Ben Stone Films.
Oh.
We can expect some films.
Another regular who has transcended their brand.
That's right. Well, I figured for the first episode we would only really get regulars because we sent it out over our Twitter, and we don't have that many followers on this particular Twitter account, which is the OnPod on Twitter.
More incentive for you boys in the comments to hashtag Ask Theo.
Hashtag Ask Theo. Yeah. All right. This is rather long, but it is a tweet, so that's not that long.
Well,
that was a useless preference.
Yep.
Here we go. Dear podcast, that's me. Sorry, that's
hello.
My name is Ben, and I have this friend group. They are okay, but don't really share. Yeah, Savage Ben.
Fucking them up.
Ben Savage, more like it. Haha. Jokes. All right. They are okay, but don't really share my hobbies or interests. Can I get some advice on how to continue this? Should I keep sitting with them at school breaks, find new friends, sit by myself, etc.? Thank you.
Scenario A.
Yes.
You share a common sense of humor.
Yeah.
If that is the case.
Yeah, I mean, this is your friend group currently, so you must have something in common with them, even if it's not your very specific interests, I feel.
I assume he's in high school or something.
Sure.
And that I would say you could sit with people at lunch and not have fuck all in common.
Right,
and
but
that
that's
just becomes your friend group.
Right. I don't have that experience, so I don't know.
I think that happens frequently.
But I don't really I don't know if I would consider them a friend group then.
Right,
they
but
would just
you
be
have strange
people.
friend definitions, as we've discussed.
Right, but like if they're not people that you enjoy being around or have things in common with, then like I don't know if I would consider those friend groups. They're just people that you're around.
You wouldn't, but I think he would.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm assuming too much. But anyway, the point is, I think if you share a sense of humor with them, that's all you really need to have like passing friends. You're probably never going to get really close to them. Because like if you're just joking around and you have like some fun jokes and you don't have any reason to hang out outside of school, then you're never going to hang out outside of school, which is how you become closer.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think my personal advice is
What do you think?
I had a lot of different groups of friends in school that would interact or wouldn't interact with one another. A lot of overlapping. I was kind of the person that went all over the place with all my different friends. And yeah, we always had something in common, whether it was a sense of humor or very specific topics. I met my first friends that were into comic books at that time, and they got me into comic books in a big way because I was too poor to buy any, and so I just borrowed a lot of theirs. Or friends who very specifically all we did was play like cards during lunch or something like that, and that was just a fun way to just kind of chill and waste some time.
That's fun.
I would say a couple things about this. Number one, if they don't share your interests, is it because they don't really know what a lot of your interests are, or do they know it but they're just really not interested in it, or are they not interested in it, or are they just not knowledgeable about it? And that's the thing where you could bring in and talk about it and express your passion for it. And passion is a lot of time contagious, and it might get people really curious and interested in what it is that you're talking about. But I would say don't go overboard with it immediately.
Yes, I was gonna say that,
because that could be dangerous and put a lot of people off if you're gonna jump into like deep lore of a universe or whatever.
Or also approaching like from the comic book angle specifically, because that, I assume, we make comic book videos.
Sure.
Probably a fan of comic books. Approach it from I guarantee you these people have seen a comic book movie.
Yeah, they've seen a Marvel movie or a DC movie or something like that.
Some capacity.
They had to have.
So going from there, go from there. Start there and work your way out. So talk about the Marvel movies.
Black Panther, recent Marvel movie, as of the recording of this podcast.
It's great or bad.
Sure is one of the two.
Well, it's a movie.
But yeah, ask them, hey, did you see this movie? What'd you think about it? You can gradually, if you know any like source material of Black Panther, you can kind of gradually work that and be like, oh yeah, I like this. It referenced this thing in the comic books.
I do want to clarify, if you didn't catch the joke there, this is being recorded before Black Panther came.
We haven't seen it. Neither of us have seen it.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm gonna like it. So I just don't want people to be like, what the fuck?
Oh, same. I mean, I bought my tickets the day they went on sale. So
yeah, I haven't bought them yet.
But anyway, I would also But a bigger point of this as well is, I would say, it's kind of one of those golden rule things where like treat others how you want to be treated, which I don't necessarily 100% agree with a lot of times, because sometimes you just treat people how they want to be treated. If you're not showing an interest in things that they're interested in, then like it's not really worth it for them to also show interest in the things that you're interested in. So like, show an interest in the things that they like and that they're passionate about or whatever, and then you could go from there, see if it opens up any doors with this friend group. And if you really can't find anything, if you find yourself to be miserable talking to these people or trying to, like, it really feels like work trying to relate to these people, then I would probably say move on, try to find other people if you can. I wouldn't recommend necessarily sitting alone if your goal is to make friends. If your goal is to just have me time, then like go for it. But if your goal is to make other friends, sitting alone doesn't seem like the greatest
I would say situation. The number one thing that you should avoid doing is burning bridges. Do not, like, don't do some Disney Channel season finale shit where you show up one day and they're like, hey, Ben. And then you're just like, you're fat, you're ugly, you have shitty taste in music, I'm out. Don't do that.
But like, speaking of High School Musical sort of a thing, look what happened when all these people started opening up about their secret passions, like Zeke baking creme brulee for everybody. And now that's like a big part of his character that he wanted to. He developed and he opened up about it, and it became something that people actually liked and appreciated about him.
So basically, hi, Wanda. She's risen from
Wanda just appeared out of nowhere.
Just break out into a High School Musical number. Or Hives. That works too. And then see who's on board.
No. Stick to the stuff you know.
I wish I was like a thesaurus.
Yeah.
Rawr. I'm a thesaurus.
Oh boy. I like the hand motions. Thank you for doing that. Is that helpful? I think keep staying with them. Yeah, find new friends. Sit by yourself. Yeah, I think we kind of covered everything there.
Yeah, I would just if
in summation.
What?
In summation.
Oh, I thought that's 2 words that you're saying.
Yes, correct.
I thought you said in summation, like some kind of weird off play of inseminate. And I was very confused. Yeah, in summation, a little bit of more space. That's how you speak.
Thank you.
Don't burn bridges. Don't burn bridges. Become Jeff Bridges.
Burn other people.
Then you'll have more friend because you're Jeff Bridges. I want to check in.
Yeah.
Is this good?
This advice thing?
Is this a good podcast?
I'm having fun with it.
All right, cool. I just wanted to check.
I don't know if it's good, but I'm having fun with it for sure.
Is it good, guys? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
I feel like a whole bunch just appeared.
No, these are the same.
No, okay.
Maybe I'm actually having a bit of a problem where I'm refreshing it, but it's not.
But nothing's happening.
It's not because nothing is happening. It's just not giving me the notifications.
Oh, weird.
Which is strange.
Okay. That's probably gonna do it for this.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
All right. That's it.
We had a good time on this one.
Leave as many other questions or whatever in the comments on either Twitter or on the YouTube.
Yeah, ask us. Send questions or problems that you have with your fiber being life.
Yeah.
Or just things you want us to talk about. I don't know. Give us whatever. Just talk to us.
It could be fun. It could be serious, like this, like couple.
Sure.
We kind of ran the whole gamut here. I
would prefer funny.
Sure.
But. Well, I guess it depends on this podcast has always kind of been like either really stupid or like super serious.
Yeah.
We've kind of run the gamut.
Yeah, I kind of like that though. It makes
sure.
It gives us a nice kind of range.
We've got
good to talk about.
We're not Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey actually has really good range. That was a terrible example.
He's great. Are you kidding?
He's a fantastic actor.
His serious stuff is all equally. Yeah, no, I feel like my view is all of this the more serious kind of stuff will help in juxtaposition to make the funny stuff funnier.
Oh, sure. Because it kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a breather to be like, okay, enough of the side-splitting hilarity. I need something to take a break from.
Enough of the gut-wrenching funny business.
That's us.
Talk about
life.
Yeah.
Let's talk about politics.
Let's talk about...
Everyone loves that topic.
Sex.
Oh.
Ooh.
Future podcast episode.
Somebody did want us
So we talked about shoulders. That's close enough.
Oh, yeah. That was our sex bit for today. Sex time. That's our bumper.
Fantastic. Let's edit that in the
beginning. But yeah, send us questions in the comments.
Hashtag Ask Theo.
Ask Theo.
If you're confused why it's Ask Theo,
listen to the last episode. Theo and Pod.
You can probably figure it out if you look at our Twitter handle.
On Twitter at TheOnPod. You can also find me on Twitter at Orem Alexander if you want to send funny jokes about things to me. That's cool. I like YouTube haiku jokes. Those are cool. Or funny vines. I'm a big fan of funny vines.
Yeah, man. Got a lot of good new ones coming out.
If you want to send me pictures of cats, that's cool too. Or just gratuitous porn, I'll accept that as well. Severed heads, I'm still on the fence about. But go ahead and try it, just so.
Yeah, go ahead and try it.
I can get a feel for it, you know. Or on this YouTube channel that you're watching it on.
Yeah. And if you're leaving a comment, use your favorite emoji.
Yeah, sure.
That's
your activity.
Yeah, that's your activity.
Calls to action.
I love the word activity and how childish it sounds.
That's your homework.
That's your homework sounds like it's just kind of classic, but that's your activity. Makes it sound like
Timmy.
Makes it sound like that's the thing we're trying to get them to do for their own enjoyment. You know?
Yeah. That's what they should call homework.
Activity.
Today's activities.
There's an old Brian Regan bit about like how his parents would send him outside and be like, you guys are cooped up inside. Go outside and do an activity.
Do an activity.
Do an activity.
I like that.
And they're just like squinting at the sun like, is this an activity?
This is good, right? Oh, good.
Old Brian Regan jokes.
How about you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Scott Nice Wonder, or really anywhere, Instagram, Snapchat, all that's at Scott Nice Wonder. But also, if you want to find more work that I'm actually doing on the YouTubes and whatnot, just search for the channel NerdSync, NERDSYNC. It's all one word. I make a lot of videos there about comic books and superheroes and other things. Sometimes I make videos about Scooby-Doo because Scooby-Doo is great.
Poopy doop.
And there's also the same Twitter handle, NerdSync, as well.
I just remembered Scooby-Doober and how angry you get about him.
It's not that I'm angry about it. It's just I don't like memes that spread false information. I made a whole video earlier today because somebody tweeted one of those, you know how there are so many of like those comic trivia, fact things that send out information that have no sources in any capacity. I get so frustrated with those. And somebody sent me one that was like, is this true? And it was a story of how Marvel almost bought DC Comics in 1984. And I was like, it's not entirely untrue, but it is so incredibly misleading and buries some of the most interesting parts of the whole because the story goes, I know we're wrapping up, but the story goes that Marvel almost bought DC Comics back in the 80s, but they didn't because they didn't think DC characters were popular enough. And a lot of what I just said is completely misleading. So don't take that as a fact. It's not true.
You are doing the thing that you don't like.
Right. I have a video out. It'll probably be out by the time this podcast comes out. Because this comes out next week as we're recording this, probably. Yeah, it should be probably out on my channel or within the next few days. So look for that. That was a roundabout way of a call to action.
Hell yeah.
There it is.
What a wild time.
You know, you got to tease the content is what they say.
Sure. All right, well, I've for Fox News 9, I'm Dylan.
And I'm the Fox.
All right. Stay frosty.
For any of our viewers who have access to internet, we invite your comments.